I had seen in an interview you had mentioned that you'd been shot.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what happened?
I got shot in Atlanta with a stick. That's really what happened. I got shot in Atlanta with a stick. They popped the out me, man.
Where'd you get shot at?
Leg down there took my off. They had a Drake. They had a Draco. They came to that blower at the car that I was there. It was somebody else's car. They thought it was another, but it was me. You know what I'm saying? And they ended up shooting through the window. I was in the passenger seat and I had my legs like on the you call it, man. Yeah, I had my legs on the dashboard. You know what I'm saying? They came through that hidden and hit me.
In the leg, and they thought you were somebody else?
Man, because the car was in, you know, it was a familiar car that who was blowing was looking for. He thought that dude was in there, but it wasn't. It was his car, but he wasn't driving it. You know what I'm saying? Me and my cousin. Actually, me and ABE was in the car. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up hitting me in the leg and skinned ABE and all type of places. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really happy we both made it out there alive, because now that I'm thinking about it, AB, that's my closest, that's my dog. So it's like, he really like, how it was happening. It clapped me in the leg, but he's sitting right here next to me in the driver's seat. So what was hitting me could have hit him in a more fatal place. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my legs up here, he's sitting here. So this coming through the window is like coming through like this, like starting and coming through. So like the fact that we both made it out like unharmed, you know, them 7.62 shells, them bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you should have seen my leg when it first happened.
It was fucked up.
But man, that's a whole different type of drama. That
Hell
shit,
yeah.
that even hearing those go off is something.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear no Draco go off, and you the nigga that they hitting that. You don't want to be in that.
That's like a Reese in the
yeah,
throat, right?
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, like...
I don't even know how the hell he survived that shit.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Like, man, niggas survived that Draco shell and live to tell you, like, bro, that shit, like, even before it hit you, it's like the fact when you know, because niggas have been shot at all our life. We know what it sound like when a handgun going off. A Drake sound like some whole other shit, man. Like, you be scared. Like, what the fuck? Like, when a nigga blowing, if you been in this shit long enough, you ain't, I mean, not unless you getting chased and you locking and it's just you and him, you the target. I mean, you just hearing it and you like, damn, what the fuck he blowing? Or a motherfucker blowing back, you know? But yeah, if you know like a nigga caught you by surprise and he blowing a stick, he blowing a Drake, like, you know what's coming out of that bitch, like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to be caught up in nothing like that. You don't.
What was your recovery process like?
My recovery process was just, that shit was actually a long ass time too, bro. Cause I ended up getting shot in January. And then I went to jail in March, and I was stuck in jail. But when I was whole time I was in jail, it was shell recovering, leaking, pussing, and all type of shit while I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was bad. Like, I ain't like that shit, bro.
Okay, so L'A Capone, that was your best friend, right? Growing
Yeah.
up. Who all hung out with you guys?
Shit, we had a lot of, you know, familiar faces that you probably be like, damn, y'all was shit. It was a point in time where we was hanging. Everybody that was fake famous was hanging with each other. Shit. Keith knew him. Dirk, Reese. Shit. You know, S. Dot. You know, all the little famous lit rappers at the time. Of course, you got the ones from our hood that was lit. You know what I'm saying? Top them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was like literally somebody in the city at that time that was on our end and one no op was hanging with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was familiar with us. We was tied in with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a lot of gang shit going on. Everybody was fucking with us.
How old were you when you guys met?
Me in LA?
Yeah.
Shit. This is before high school. I don't really be knowing. I just was living as a kid. I really don't even be knowing the age. I just be knowing we be young as hell. I probably could like tell you the year we met. Like, me and him probably met like 09.
Okay. Is there any situations like, you know, did you guys ever like get in a fight with like some ops or something?
Yeah, man.
Is
LA
that,
stayed fighting the ops, bro. That was one of the reasons I dropped out too, cause I was going to school out there, man, and like that was my best friend, bro. And it was like a lot of shit was going on, like, and I wasn't cool. Like LA was like a little scrawny nigga, bro, but he had the heart of a lion, and he ended up going to high school, and by the time he got to the high school where a lot of the guys used to go to, a lot of the guys dropped out, stopped going, got kicked out, and a lot of ops came in. And he was not finna, he was content on going to school, you know what I'm saying? And the ops weren't finna make him not go to school. So he'd go to school and get jumped once or twice a week, or be in a fight, a real bad fight, every week. And it's just like, I'm steady hearing this shit, I'm coming home from out there, folks says ass black, you feel me? Like, but he's still out here and he's still going to school, you know? And it's just like, it got tiring, like, bro. I never really was able to, like, bro, I remember one, because he rode the bus a lot too. When we all agreed to stop riding the bus, he was still riding. And it was like, at that point, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, come on, Scud, stop doing this shit. You feel me? We can't be moving like this and that. And it's just, it was a lot. Like, he was getting into a lot of op fights. We never got in one together because he got into a lot of op fights because he basically was putting himself out there when he really should have stopped a long time ago. He was just like, he was like not going. They wasn't gonna run him off or nothing that he did routinely. He going to school, y'all wasn't finna stop him from going to school. He gonna fight with y'all ass forever. And if y'all with the guy gonna catch him on the bus, y'all gonna have to catch him. And one time he was on his way to the block coming from 71st. He was getting off on 63rd and King Drive for them to catch him on La Savion, I think, caught him on that, tried to do something to him. He bust him, got off the bus. He come to the block, walking through the back of the alley. Shirt ripped off, all type of shit. They tried to get on him, but they couldn't chase him because he ran to our side. So y'all gonna chase him all the way over here. It's gonna be ugly with y'all stuck. You know what I'm saying? So just a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? He used to get into a lot of fights without nobody. Yeah, I can't really say I can recall one time where he had to fight it out with any of the guys. Like, we was never really around. Like, we wasn't really going to school with him like that. And the ones who was, I can't really say that they weren't from our block, but they was niggas that fucked with him in school. But they wasn't riding with him when that shit was going on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? He's just a lot that I wouldn't do. Like, I wouldn't ride the bus. Well, I wasn't going to Dunbar, so, you know, it kind of took me out of this shit.